Hello, viewers. I'm glad you're here today. I want to learn something today. One of the special things about rice wine is that it's brewed with a fermentation agent made with mold. So that would be Nuruk or Chu or Koji. These fermentation starters are made with the help of mold. And that seemed very special to me. And I wanted to show you a map of where in the world people use mold for brewing. So that's the question I wanted to answer. That's what I wanted to show you today. But the real answer is just so much more complicated. And of course, people have looked into this in detail and have summarized this really well. So I'm going to show you this site. So let's take a look at it. It's beerstudies.com. So you might be wondering, well, this channel is not a beer channel. Why are you talking about beer? Well, the definition of beer on beerstudies.com is broad. It includes fermenting alcohol from starch in general. So it includes rice wine, but it's very broad, and so it is appropriate for me to look at beerstudies.com. So what's the first surprising thing I learned from the site? Well, it is that there are 6 ways to brew beer. I did not know all these ways. Maybe I knew 3 of them, starting with the first one, brewing with saliva. I had read about that. That's an ancient method, but I've never tried that myself. The second method is brewing with malted grains. Well, that's regular beer brewing is with malted barley, so that's normal. I knew about that. And the third method is with mold-based fermentation, fungi. So that's what I was familiar with brewing rice wine. And then there are other methods. For example, there are other plants that provide enzymes. So that's super interesting. So there are completely different methods that could be used to brew beer using these special plants that contain amylases, just like Nuruk, but it's in the plant itself. And there's 2 other methods. One, over-ripening. Some kinds of starches, when they ripen, convert themselves to sugar. And also this sour mash idea, where you can get a boost in fermentation from other kinds of bacteria. The second thing I was surprised about is that the fungi-based fermentation, like Nuruk, actually occurs all over the world, in South America, in Africa, not just in Asia. So I couldn't just make a simple map breaking down the world into malted and fungal places. For beer, it actually is mixed up, and most places in the world have used all of these methods at one time or another. So it's just way more complicated than I thought. I can't just make you a simple map and show you. These methods have independently developed all over the world. So using mold to brew with is not unique to Asia. It's common in Asia now, but it's also present in many other places around the world. So that's a fact that I want to remember. And if you're interested in the history of brewing beer, well, this site really does a good job of summarizing relatively recent research, like some of the things I mentioned earlier on my channel. I tried to share with you some of the earliest rice wine evidence, and this site does a great job of summarizing early brewing all around the world. So this is a great resource. I could spend hours reading this, and I think you should check it out and learn something from it as well. There's just so much here, so I really recommend this site. It's really comprehensive, and they cite their sources. it covers a lot of ground, but it focuses a lot on the things that I'm very interested in. So if you have any interest in fermentation around the world, I think this is a great resource. So yeah. Let me know what you think. Did you learn anything from beerstudies.com? Let me know. Thank you for watching.